Hello everyone. In this video, we would be discussing about the figures of speech which are used in the second chapter of English of class 10th, and the name of the chapter is Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. Now in this chapter, a lot of figures of speech are used which are written in this very page, so you can have a look. First is antithesis. Antithesis is something when something or someone is direct opposite to the other person or other thing. For example, you can see the first. It requires such a depth of oppression to create such heights of character. Oppression is you know when we are forcing someone to do something, so they are saying it requires a lot of pressure of force to create height of character, to create volume, to create a great character. So this is a direct opposition of two things. In one way we are giving pressure on the person or a thing, and in the same way we are asking the same person or the thing to rise in the character. So these are different things, direct opposite. Second is simile. Simile is the comparison of two things which have same characteristics. For example, in a country like South Africa, because in South they are giving example that in a country like South Africa, of course there might be something else also that they are talking about. That is the only reason they are using this simile. One more thing, whenever simile is used, make sure that you will definitely find like or as in the sentence, which helps you in identifying whether which figure of speech is being used. Basically it is simile only, nothing else. Third is sinking douche. That is basically it represents the whole. When we are talking about one thing and we are using two or three words to talk about a single thing, for example, South African soil, it is not three different things, not South and African and soil. No, it is used together because we are talking about the soil of South Africa. That is this. Next is transferred epithet. Now transferred epithet is a modifier which qualifies a noun other than the person or thing it is actually describing. Basically it modifies something else which we are not talking about, which is not the main character, but yet it is talking about that secondary thing, and it is also modifying that thing. Next is personification. Personification is used when there is a non-living thing is being compared with a human characteristic. For example, example is given over here. Newborn liberty. Newborn is not liberty. Always newborn is a baby, it is a human. But here liberty, we are talking about liberty, that it is the newborn thing. Clear? Next is repetition. Repetition, the name only suggests that when we are repeating the same words, you can see in the example also. Next is onomatopoeia. It is a very new thing. Onomatopoeia, generally students find it very difficult, but it is not very difficult. Onomatopoeia is when we are writing the sound of animals in a spelling form. For example, here it is given roar. Roar is the sound of lion. For example, if we are talking about a cat and if we are writing meow, meow, meow in writing form in spelling, then that is also onomatopoeia. Next is imaginary. Again the name suggests imaginary means when we are imagining something, when we are creating an image in our mind. And the last but not the least, it is symbolism. Symbolism is used to represent ideas. When we are talking about something and we want to depict the idea that what we want. If for example I am talking about chains, in this example only we are talking about chains. So chains represent in our mind, what chains represent, that someone is being held. Someone is being held by someone, and we are talking about chains, that either someone has been released from the chains or it has been, he or she has been held by the chains. So that is symbolism. I hope these all figures of speech are very much clear to you all. If you like the video and if you find it very informative, do share it with your friends and classmates, and like the video and also comment on this, and do subscribe the channel. Thank you everyone.